We are Bird's Tender Nest, and we are building a school bus conversion, also known as a Skoolie. We last left Eli. He was, and still is, putting blanks in the windows that we don't want to be windows anymore. While he does that, I am learning some new crafts so that we can try to make this build as much ours and have our own hands making this build as possible. This is so frustrating. Today, Thomas and I are learning how to reupholster a bus bench that we got from another bus, and it will serve as my passenger seat for when we are on the road. So this is our passenger seat. We are hoping to reupholster it. We're going to remove these buddies because they seem like an unnecessary piece. And so we just have to remove those, and then this just velcros on the bottom.
Is there a leg over there at all, or does it just kind of hang there?
It hangs.
I think it just hangs, and that's got to be bolted into the ground.
Because over here is where this is able to fold up, and this is able to unlock so it can fold down.
Look at Thomas learning how things work and thinking about that stuff. All right.
Yeah, but you can't take it off.
First, we have to take these headrest bolts off.
So, looks like a star bit.
Do you know what that's actually called? It's called a torque spit.
I like how you made that up, though. That was a good answer.
Not a lot of people actually
He
call
totally
it.
sounded like he knew what he was talking about. That is totally a star bit.
That's what we call it at camp.
Yeah, his experience with them.
I thought he was pulling answers out of his butt. Alright, so our goal is to remove it, take it apart, cut out pieces that are the same size, sew them back together, and make it look totally professional and awesome. Do you think we can do it?
Yes.
That's good. One of us does. Cool.
Union work.
Yeah. It takes 3 people to remove these screws. 1 to hold up the bumper, 1 person to supervise, and 1 person to actually do the work.
We're gonna have to keep these on because there's probably clips that are coming out of this.
Yeah. I think we should just chop these off. Hands on the camera there, Kelly. Now we're going to Velcro. Somebody's going to help me get this off. Abandon that whole idea, we're just going to leave it as is.
No. Maybe if you took that bolt that you saw
Look at how much Thomas's chain not coming up. The old Thomas would have been like, okay. Thomas is like, no, we're not giving up. We can figure this out.
if you took that bolt off that nail, maybe it'll take that metal piece off, which might bring that piece with it.
Alright, while we figure this out, I'm going to put you guys down. But we'll be back soon. There's a pin that it pivots on, he says.
But there's no way to remove it.
Can you cut it off?
Mm-hmm.
Can you drill it out? Can you just break it? I mean, I really don't need an armrest. Is an armrest nice? Sure. Necessary? No.
A piece of me keeps pulling on you like an anchor's weight. I see a distant storm and wanna keep you close at bay. I only want the best for you, that's true, make no mistake. In time you'll see the best of me, a clearing of the rain. Never give up, we'll find a way. Reaching for love's clouds will roll away. Sooner or later.
I think I found a way to get these off. Gotta
Clips.
pop the clips off.
Yeah. See? You're so quick to want to just cut things off. These things are usually made to be cleaned and removed. So you don't have to buy a whole new seat. You just have to... Yeah, see, these are clips all the way around it. Just break it off. Should we just leave it as is? Because you're only going to see this seat when we're driving. I mean, I'd prefer that it matches all the other furniture, but
Where do you want this?
You're already giving up?
I'm giving up on everything in life today. No, don't give up. Let's do this. We want everything to match. I need the work ethic of Eli and Thomas today. I'm like, forget it. It's too hard. Let's move on.
You know what we could do is
Break it.
Yes.
we could do that, but we could probably just put a slit in this to open it up
So
some.
how are we gonna get it back on? Like the new one.
Well, hopefully with it off, we can see a better way of removing it.
Okay.
Alright.
Just so long as it doesn't ruin the integrity. Like when I have to copy the.
Oh no, I mean it'll just be a single cut.
Oh, why
so
don't you
you'll
just
still
cut
be
it
able to
right
put back
here?
together.
That's just a slit right there, and you don't have to pull it up.
I'm into cutting something.
And
Yeah, we
honestly,
can
when
probably-
we remake it, I can make it so that it just fits around that thing, and we don't have to worry about any of that. Right?
Yeah, but won't it be easier if it's right in the center, so it's not a piece that could open up and change your dimension? I mean, this will lay flat if you just.
Sure. Thomas,
Yes?
go on the bus and get the razor. When in doubt, cut a huge hole in it. Hope we don't change our mind about reupholstery, huh? There we go. Comes right off. There's a pin that goes all the way through here. My question is, what does the headrest look like up here? We'll have to take that whole thing off to find out.
Where do you want this?
Alright, we're going to take that inside.
Yeah, it's all well enough. You just cut it off.
Alright, we'll cut those off.
There's
They're just these black, they just leap over this. That's how that's attached. We figure if you get the first one off, it'll loosen it up and we can get the rest off. Maybe.
You'll understand. Never give up. Find a way. Ooh, 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 Somewhere along the line I got tied up inside my head. Tried to guide the tide but slipped under the waves instead. But now I am a different man, I'm thinking as I should. turbulence that comes and holding on to something good. Never give up, find our way. Reaching for love, clouds will roll away. Sooner or later, I know you'll understand. Never give up, find our way.
Alright, so we're going to take that piece in and that piece in, and we're going to cut it apart to make brand new pieces to look just like it. So these are not, I thought these were cuts, but we're not doing that then.
Just fold it into the ply, or into the vinyl. This is the only one that you would be able to do.
Do you want me to get this
Unless
wire?
you're
I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
Do you want me to get this cord out?
Keep it. We're going to make it, we'll have to cut that apart. And we're going to reuse the cord, we're going to reuse the clips, and we're going to reuse the Velcro. Thankfully, these are clean. Dad's going to work on removing those posts, and this is going to take a couple days for us, Thomas. This isn't going to be like a one-day deal.
If it was up in Mom, it'd be like 10 minutes.
Yeah, if I had my way, we'd be like
Done with that.
like they do in all those videos. You just do like this, and it's done. How come we don't have the magic of that? All right, I guess we have to actually do some work. I was going to wait until we were building the benches to reveal what our upholstery is going to look like. But since we are reupholstering more than just the bench, we're reupholstering my passenger seat, and we're reupholstering some little chairs that we got for the kids for their craft/homeschool area. So we're going to use all the same upholstery, all matchy-matchy. So without further ado, we are going to reveal what our beautiful upholstery is going to look like. Thomas, will you do the honors? Ta-da! This is all vegan poly something or other fabric that we got from Joann Fabrics and will be linked below. I think it's called Sand something. I'll look it up and I'll link it below, and I'll probably even write it in the corner. But isn't it pretty? It's got some like texture to it.
Kind of looks like leather.
Yeah, but it's vegan because, you know, no animals are going to be harmed in the making of this bus.
Yeah.
There, add a little light to it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You ready to learn how to upholster?
Yep.
All right, me too, because I've never done it either. Everyone hasn't noticed, Thomas and I are not professional upholsterers. We're going to remove all of the pieces and hope that we remember how they go back together. And we'll cut them out in our fabric over there. We're just going to trace them and hope for the best. There's also the piping, which I know for a fact all you have to do is use some cord and wrap your fabric around it and then sew it on into place between the two pieces. We are still deciding on whether or not we're going to make that in our grand design, because really it's just decoration, but it's extra. It's extra things that I could ruin and mess up on, so we might not do it. But if we do, we will use the cord that's already in here. We're going to try to reuse everything that's in this except for the fabric.
And we're also going to reuse the Velcro.
Yes, we're also going to use the Velcro that's on here. Good thinking there, Thomas. Because the top piece just goes, it's just Velcroed on the bottom. Alright, so our first step is to unsew everything. take it apart at the seams. We're going to get our seam ripper and our scissors. We'll do the top piece first, and then we'll do the bottom piece. So, if you'll hand me that. Yep. I'm going to put it on a time lapse because you guys don't want to watch this in slow motion. We took it all apart and now we're going to trace it onto our fabric. We're just using a washout cloth marker. It's really more like a pencil. Okay, take it from here, kiddo.
Times when you can't see ahead, you hold on to hope instead. Dreams might look as if they're dead. Just hold on to hope instead. Times when you can't see ahead.
So now we just have to cut it out. And we have to just trace out all of the different pieces. And
just hold on, never give up, reaching for love, sooner or later I know you'll understand, never give up.
We weren't thinking, and so we put holes in these for the headrest, and we took the headrest beams out, so we messed up on that.
And now I have a big pile of stuff. Some stuff we're reusing, and all the stuff that that I just cut out. And I was just telling Eli, I am really pleased with our choice. This is like really soft and easy to work with. And it's got a cool texture to it. And I really like the color. So, I am not going to show you how to sew this together because I do not know what I'm doing. But I will show you the final results. And we're gonna just cross our fingers. You'll see the results in like 2 seconds, but I'm probably gonna be working on this for a couple days. Basically, you take a piece of fabric, right, and you take the cord and you just fold it in half around this and sew a line. That's what I'm working on first. And then I'm going to try to remember how this puzzle goes together. Got it. Doesn't that look so nice? What a nice stitch. Oh wait, this is why I'm not showing you guys what I'm doing. What kind of wonky person did that stitching? They look like they were drunk.
Were you?
No, I was not drunk. I just can't sew a straight line. The good news is that no one's gonna see this. It's on the inside. Alright guys, if you're at our channel expecting a professional upholsterer, you came to the wrong place. But I just did two brand new things I've never done before. The first one was what I just showed you. The second one is a reinforced stitch. And I have to say, I did a good job. Alright, what does the boss think? Do I pass? He's pulling on it. I told him don't pull on it. This is not made by a professional.
Looks really good. Good job, baby.
Thank you. Oh, see here, it's on my sofa, so this is what it's supposed to look like that kind of stitch.
You even got the spacing about the same.
I did? Look at me. Check me out, guys. I'm really, really impressed with myself. Check it out. I just sent Eli out to make sure if this cover or this upholstery is going to fit over the bench seat, because I know emotionally I would not be able to handle it not working out. So, how did it work, Eli?
It aligned perfectly.
Yay! Wrong way. Wah, wah, wah. That's the beauty thing that I made. Now I have to make the other side. Thank you. Alright, you guys. Time to get really real here. I just sewed this whole thing up, and I have to be honest, I'm not really excited about how it turned out on certain spots. Like, sewing this side was hard because of having the extra couple layers for the fancy edging. I'll think of what that's called later. But sewing on this side was easy, except getting over here around the corners, because you have to also be aware of this. And then the other side. And then doing this in between part, oh my gosh. Alright, moment of truth. We're going to flip it inside out. I still have to sew the Velcro on the bottom, but that's it. This is done after that. You'll remember that when we took apart of course you'll remember, you're watching the same video, whereas it's been a couple weeks since I did it, but the top of these had a headrest, and we decided to omit that from this project, and Eli actually just took them off.
I want to do a quick video for you guys. We're reupholstering this little fold-up seat. It's going to be Robin's passenger seat. And we decided to remove the headrest part. It was a little handle, little grab rail and headrest. Decided not to use it as we're reupholstering because it'd just be a pain in the butt. But anyway, there's 4 of these posts that held it on. I just cut those and ground them off, ground it down so that we can have a nice smooth top edge on the seat there.
So that's one less thing I had to worry about. This is the front. And this is the back. It's done. I'll try it on again later on the actual seat. But I will say, don't look at the Velcro. It looks like garbage. But the other side looks kind of nice. It's not perfect. But again, we won't see that. That's at the bottom. Now I am getting ready to remove the stitches for the bottom, the seat. And what I did with the other piece, and I'll do with this one, is just make this all one piece. You see this stitching makes this two separate pieces, but I don't think that's really necessary. I'm just going to do one piece all the way across, because this does look nice, but I think that's like really stretching my novice abilities. I just recorded, not for you guys to see, but for me to remember what all of this looks like, because I didn't do that on the first one, and I definitely had some mess ups and had to redo a few things. So this is what my Sunday looks like today, guys. I am working on the Skoolie seats, and Eli is working on the blanks on the windows. Now I just have to use my little thread ripper and rip this thing apart. And Atlas is not doing anything. I have to be honest with you guys, I don't know if this is worth it. I have been working on the reupholstering this bench for a while now. I'm like at the end. All I have to do is sew on the clips. This is the most frustrating part yet, only because getting them straight is really hard, and you can see the line on the other side, which obviously my lines are going to be crooked anyway because I'm new to this, but like I'm getting so frustrated. This is so frustrating. Like I just literally cursed out my sewing machine. I'm so frustrated. I'm getting really frustrated. You guys have no idea how frustrating this is. Maybe I should hand sew this part. It's really stressing me out. I'm getting really mad at this machine. You guys all probably think I'm this calm, cool, and collected person. And I'm not feeling like that right now. Actually, you probably don't think that about me at all, but that's okay. I gave up on the other side. This one is way easier because like the length is, or the how deep it is, plus it's backwards from the other ones. So with these that go on the front, you see how much a difference, see how it's different. So when you're sewing these in, it doesn't fit through that way, so it has to go this way. And then once you get to a certain point, you have to make sure that this knob goes through this like track. Oh my gosh, it's such a pain. So I gave up on that. And I came to this side, and this side is way easier because I can just sew it straight through, and that's been no problem. I think on the other side I'm gonna have to hand sew it though. So close to being done with this project, and of course this is the hardest part. See if it actually fits. See if my first time of reupholstering something comes out. I have to admit, some of it is not perfect. I am brand new to this, and I did not do a great job. I ended up hand sewing this right here, and there's definitely some imperfections on that side, and don't even look at this side, because what? Like, who did this? It's alright. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. And again, no one's really going to see this, except for me, when I sit in that chair when we drive.
A piece of me keeps pulling on you like an anchor's weight. I see a distant storm and wanna keep you close at bay. I only want the best for you, that's true, make no mistake. In time you'll see the best of me, you're clearing up the rain. Never give up, we'll find our way. Reaching for love. Sooner or later tried to guide the tide, but slipped under the waves instead.
Doesn't fit to that bolt.
Crap. So I guess I have to move that one. Oh, but you don't want this to come off. Well, it's just not perfect, I guess. This side.
We can probably cut.
Oh yeah, we could just cut that piece off.
The end piece right here.
Okay.
Because it's only
Yeah.
from here over that's actually in the way.
All right.
Later I know you'll understand. Never give up. Find a way. Ooh, 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 times when you can't see ahead, you hold on to hope instead. Dreams might look as if they're dead. Just hold on to hope instead. Times when you can't see ahead, you hold on to hope instead. Dreams might look as if they're dead. Just hold on, never give up. Reaching for love.
So you don't like my tiny little hole?
Well, this is the issue.
No. I'll go get some scissors and the wire cutter.
For anyone that's curious, because we couldn't figure it out for this armrest, we're trying to remove it so that we wouldn't have to cut the fabric, the seat cushion cover. Didn't want to cut it, but we had to get over this because we couldn't figure out how to get it off. So anyone that is curious, and this might help you if you don't want to do the same thing that we did. There's a little pin right here that acts as a stop for the upright and lowered positions. And if you'll notice, there's actually, I can't really see it from here, there is a little groove in this bracket that allows it to slide in and out. So, to get these off, all you have to do is make sure it's pushed all the way over and extend it back like so, and they come out. So, if you're in the position that we were, that's how you get those suckers off. This needs to go in.
Or later I know you'll understand. Never give up. Find a way. Ooh, ooh,
Got it. Now you have to be able to get in there. Woo! My man. My man. Wow, look at that. It's not perfect, but it's mine.